there were subs all the time, and most of the time the sub was pit for pretty much everyone. Pretty much everyone. Maybe those days are over. At least the DDoS days. But yeah, CSGO has grown a lot in that time. Things have become more serious, but still fun. Always good to have fun. I like this lineup from G2. They want to win this pistol round. Oh, Exist. He's going for the flank. He's going to draw the CTs out. The best way to do a knife round is not left, left, right, but to have two people able to focus on one person. So you or your teammate knife someone, and then your other teammate knifes him before he can get his left, left, right in. Because then you've got the numbers game, and then you can trade. And then it's technically you should win every time.
Dropping knowledge bombs there, Sun Tzu.
Yeah, it's not about the one. It's not about the left, left, right. It's about two dudes with a right. Unless you're Conor McGregor, then it's whatever you want, left or right. Again, we have the CT side diffuse kit high explosive grenade setup. This time from Shock's rest of the team on Kevlar. Full Kevlar for NIP. Does this mean a fast play into A? Although maybe they'd want a flashbang in order to do that. They're going to be creeping towards the ramp, it seems. Towards the ramp. Scream is there, and he's got Shocks for support. And Shocks is holding the grenade. Oh my god, it's going to happen, Dan! Here it comes, surely! There's a grenade! Oh my god, there's nothing! Of course it has nothing!
Grenades in CSGO. Ooh, he almost got to pull it off there off the reload, but no. And now it's time for NIP to capitalize on this massive advantage. Should be a shoe-in. Like maybe a caravan full of shoes.
A caravan full of shoes?
I don't know.
That's the most ridiculous thing you've ever said.
I'm not really. Don't think it is. But I'm really tired. I'm really tired, James. Anyway, NIP are going to win this round. That is the point I'm trying to make. So got the bomb down. Easy entry. Nice from RPK there. Very, very nice indeed. But it is small consolation in the face of all the shoes, James.
A caravan full of shoes. Where do you get this stuff from?
Well,
why caravans?
Because I was gonna upgrade from just a shoe-in to all the shoes.
But why caravan? Where does the caravan get involved?
Because you can't just have a bunch of shoes. You need them to be stored in something.
Yeah, but who puts shoes in a caravan? You could just put them in a van.
A lot of them.
A van, a shipping container, a box stand. You could put them in a box of shoes, a shelf. Just a caravan. all you put in a caravan is biscuits and toilet paper. That's it. Nothing else is worthy.
Have you ever been in a caravan?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I mean, I mean, obviously, well, that would suggest that you have, and then you filled it with shoes. I don't know. Oh dear. Caravan full of shoes.
I don't know. Please leave me alone. Oh my god, these pistols are doing some work here, but short-lived. Short-lived. Unless Shoxy can pull something out of the bag. Caravan full of bags.
Are you just some kind of roaming salesman? I mean, at least like if you were selling fakes, I could understand it. If you had a caravan full of shoes and they were all like phony shoes or bags, then then I could be more accepting of what you're saying. But a caravan full of, I don't know. We got to move on. We got to ignore. I'm so sad that that grenade from Shocks didn't pay off. And we're seeing lots of CT pistols where one man has a high explosive grenade. So I've been wondering, what are the most violent uses of said grenades? And that was definitely one that has good potential.
Fizz going to make his way down secret, and his teammates are going to get to clear out the rest of Yard. We get all the pushes coming in from the GT players, but not really finding anything. NIP basically catching anything. They've got a good spread out in the Yard, so no problems here. And as we can see, they win the round. All the GT players were eliminated with ease. Nothing too exciting. Now
what
it
excites
is
you, Dan?
Time for Double Mac 10, 3 AKs to collide. I mean, the map 10s are going to collide with these helmetless players of G2. That's going to be fun to see. I like that.
I'm going to keep my my observer PC on Freddy B. And he is lining up. He is contributing to the wall of smokes outside. They have used these 10 minutes wisely. Look at him deploy that grenade. Forest making sure there's no one too aggressive towards the secret position for the CT side. The smokes, there are two different positions for the wall of smokes outside. One closer to main and one closer to secrets itself. They have different values. The one they did, he can't be spotted on a high ground. Scream with the 2K. Oh, he runs out of bullets, but he's got his teammate there to trade, and that's going to leave Forest alone versus 4. And he will be denied immediately. And again, we see, maybe you'll see it later on the radar, the way Shox plays the secret position, he just strafes with a smoke grenade in his hand. As soon as he sees somebody, deploys the grenade, which just, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You just got to stand there and wait. And then he knows at least one person, maybe two people are towards secret. But Scream, we've seen it before on Cash. So good at holding a position and getting multiple frags on his lonesome. I miss the days where Scream was on the mercenary phase team. Kingdom at the time, I guess. Anyway, NIP with more movement outside. I think Freddy B is going to creep through the smoke, currently standing in the smoke. And there we go. He's going to take an opposite angle, so it might be a sneaky play in towards main from Freddy B here. In the meantime, Shoxy's been taken down by the Mac 10s, which were still being wielded, but Get Right will steal the M4 now. Pits picked off, and we've got somebody on the rafters outside. That's Forest. Smith's position, though, I think he spotted Forest the way he's positioned himself. And there we go. Still hard to get a kill through that floor. He's got a teammate in for support. Body will finish Forest off. And now it's Freddy B, the last man for NIP. A similar story to the previous round, 1 versus 4, although these players are heavily tagged, and he might be able to get the bomb down.
Yeah, that's some consolation. He's got 12 HP, though. So it'll be hard for him to do anything here. He's got to go for a massive gamble. He's going to opt to just stay on the bomb side, actually. Or, nope, he goes to the door in the end. I don't know if anyone would have heard him from that distance. Might be safe, but they will see that the door is open, which is obviously... He's dead.
Too many people alive.
He died. Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, you can't really expect much out of that. I mean, maybe getting an extra kill was possible, reasonably, but it won't be the case this time around. So NIP, they will concede that round, and we'll see whether G2 can start to cement themselves back into this one. I am curious what rounds NIP are going to run, generally speaking, considering, again, stand-in, but also maybe they have something new up their sleeves, which again, like they would have been able to fill Freddy in on to surprise G2 in a round like this, because this is a really important one. Obviously, stop the economy for G2 to grow, and we got that push coming outside from Shoxy. We see this mix up from him sometimes aggressive, sometimes passive, sometimes a little bit in between. Back to the smokes.
Oh man!
Back to the players, and now he goes around the back himself. And this is a problem here. Everyone's dead, James. They haven't done anything in the round, and they're all dead. Just on the cross.
Death from above. I have no idea. Just bullets zooming in, just flying through the smoke, I think, for the first 2 kills there. You see Smith's, yeah, he must have had a nice angle from the warehouse position, but Shox that entire time was just waiting. And he would have heard when that Molotov came in from his teammate, people were getting picked off, but then he hears the clipping of the Molotov on the players there doing damage, so he knows the rough position. That was a crushing round from G2, and that's one of the problems with those smokes. I mean, NIP are going a Star Dragon style, deploying the smokes every round, which is cool, but on this version of Nuke, at least, there are things that the CTs can do. There are aggressive plays, can throw multiple grenades through the smoke, play close like Shox. You can pop flash through the smoke as well. Haven't really seen anybody do that just yet with those smokes, which is why the other smokes around main also have advantages, but it requires an extra smoke. Actually, I think the way NIP do it, either or, they both require 3 smokes. The one close to main allows you to go for a play through the smoke into main as on the T side. Yeah, pros and cons for both. But let's see how NIP react to that aggressive play from G2. They'll have to be a lot more afraid now. I mean, the previous time they put those smokes down, Freddie B went through the smoke there, and maybe he would have seen Shox. So maybe that's going to be a required risk now for NIP, who are going for those smokes once again.
Yeah, they may be limited to... well, their playbook will be quite limited, I imagine. GT, you can see they've got a bit of a mix-up going on for themselves. A mix-up. We've seen Smith in that position before. It's very good at abusing players running along the catwalk, and if you give up yard, as G2 have done, it does sort of encourage the T players to go along that outer catwalk, and Smith's in the position to punish that. So it's a nice little trick. Not really going to pay off this time. NIP do commit down onto Secret and also Ramp at the same time, and Ramp was free as a Secret. So NIP, I mean, it looks like they're going to wrap onto that B-bomb site. And at G2, they have to position around this. They must have tabs on this. They must hold onto control room and rotate players.
Yeah, they forced Scream away from the ramp position, and now they're going to force a bullet into his brain. Shox around the control room, trying to hold onto it, but he can't do it either. Freddie B delivering for his side, causing the rotation from these CTs. Exist getting taken down outside, just lurking around, waiting for that rotation to come in from the CTs. There goes the plant. Pit going for the bad plant by the rear door. And Body and Smiths remain. But they've got so much money, they can, even if they can't win a round, even if their odds are low, they can try and kill as many people as possible and take money away from the NIP side. There goes Body, and Smiths may choose to hold on to his gun. Not sure if he's been spotted. But NIP are hunting for that kill now. And there is Forest. The cavalry for the T side to even the score.
4-4. So with NIP getting that victory, but that very nice split, it was very nice indeed. I think in large part that split was much more effective just because of G2's approach. And I don't think we're going to see them run that same approach in every round, like give up outside so easily, not have any secret presence, you know, as the way that they did in that previous round. You know, all these little things that I think helped NIP a lot as well. It's kind of a perfect storm for them to win that round, as well as their awesome coordination. But once again, throwing all the smokes. One thing to note is that when you do these smokes outside and you actually kind of show yourselves kind of going down Secret, it's very hard to come back out of Secret and commit back out again because you've used almost all your smokes already. So generally, it's kind of quite a telegraph play if you get spotted to go down there that you're not messing around.
Well, Smith doesn't know if anybody's made it towards Secret, but Pit with the bomb is going to be coming through Warehouse. Now he's in an awkward position. That Molly needs to come out fast because Body's on the high ground looking for him. Shox on the low ground as well. If the bomb goes down here, NIP are in a lot of trouble. Shoxy just about not finding the angle, but there it is. Sees him now, and that is a bomb in absolute no man's land. That is a huge problem for NIP. I do wonder if Pit was supposed to be carrying it. 3-on-3. Forest looking to get to the high ground. Most of the time when you jump up from this position, it does make a sound cue. And I know Pit knew he had the bomb because he was looking at the bomb. And it's named Kaboom when he spawns with it as well. There goes Scream, so NIP looking to clear out the numbers rather than go for the bomb right now. RPK though, can he get the second kill? Exist in a position to trade frag, but doesn't have the health for it. There he goes, leaving Forest alone. RPK can't do all of it himself. 3 kills for him, can't get the 4th. NIP just about hold on, but that bomb was in no man's land, absolutely nowhere.
I think it's by design because they went for just a play around, well, to Heaven, I think. I think that was just what they were going for, to split onto the A bomb site with most players going Heaven, because they had like 3 players there, Forest, Pit, and Exist, I think, as well. So I think that was by design, but as we can see, they didn't have a huge problem recovering it or trade fragging Shoxy. So G2 now on a pretty bad buy. Again, this map is not too terrible to have poor buys on. You can do a lot with a weaker economy on the CT side as opposed to many other maps, which does make it nice to play in that sense. And you also have so many ways to play around the rotations. That said, Get Right able to take a quick pick there. Again, it's very hard to read where that kill came in because the nuke mini-map is very difficult to read. So I don't know exactly what position it was, but it was probably on the upper side. And we'll see whether or not now NIP can get Pit into a good position towards Heaven. Because again, look, you can see that the movement from NIP here is similar. Smith jumping out of nowhere, I think. Was he got out of the roof? I'm not even sure where he came from. But he fell on top of some NIP players, got some frags there, or a frag, but it's not going to be good enough. But yeah, this the similar movement from NIP here. You can see them moving outside with like 3 players again. Maybe we'll see more of that. They are 6-4 now. They're actually picking up the rounds.
Indeed they are, and they've got a great opportunity now that G2 have been broken. 3rd round in a row for NIP. 3 rounds either side of the 4 that G2 have won. And indeed, no smokes on this occasion, no shenanigans to be had with 5.7s, P250s and such, at least in the outside area. If G2 want to fight there, they will be completely exposed. Get right goes down to P250. Forest taking that Shoxy. No more grenades, no more Molotovs for Shox in that position. And that UMP has much to do. Forest, though, not going to push his way through the Molotov straight away, but he will continue to clear things out. Dinked towards A. Pre-firing the ladder, smart stuff from Forest, being as careful as possible. And now Smiths is alone with the AK-47. I mean, 1 versus 4. I do think it would be nice to hold on to this AK-47. Somebody's dropped from the server on the CT side, so we might have a delay, but I think Smiths could do with saving this. And Litter doesn't care about having an AK, and he wants to do some damage to the NIP economy, which isn't spectacular by any means, but I think there's value in just saving this weapon here.
Superior range on the peak.
I think he's playing old blind spots, because old nuke, I think that's a full blind spot there, whereas he's clearly exposed with the with the new
clearly exposed.
Yeah. So old habits from old maps.
True dat. Well, it's time for buys versus buys. That's what we like to see. Pits, oh, they're going in fast. They're going in fast. It's going to be a fast push onto the upper bomb site. And you can see Shoxy there on the roof, able to do quite some good damage from heart. Well, just 1 frag actually in the end. A 3 versus 3 will ensue as Exist picks up a kill as well. And this is a comfortable spot, I think, for NIP, largely speaking. With that bomb down, they don't have Heaven though. It's not. I mean, it's not perfect by any stretch. Screen will get traded. As you see, Get Right lurking in secret there as well. In previous round, we saw NIP with an extra player in that position as well with Get Right, but this time it's just him alone, and that's okay. They have, for the rest of the ninjas have made their way down to the lower bomb site, and this is looking good. They've got control room now. They will be able to do a smoke plant if they want. Exist with a free frag into the vents. Doesn't look like G2 could actually get ahead of this push in time to have a setup to deal with it. And in actually spots in spots where they were giving up spaces like control room, like ramp, they didn't make enough frags to make this work well enough. But RPK, he's going to be back in there. He's got himself 1 kill, but it is simply not nearly enough. And that's going to be the 9-5. A great round from NIP, showing their class on Nuke. Even though they've got to stand in, they're making the basics work well.
Yeah, they're reducing their requirements for the second half, for the CT half, which I think Salvo thought might be more difficult for them with the stand-in. So the less they need to do there, the better. Smith's going through the Molotov. He might catch, oh man, in the face and then some. That is quite the work, Smiths. You have done great work for your team, sir. But there's still a round to be won. But let's not forget, it's not like a... oh man, this is falling apart. This is pretty much a GG round. There goes Freddy B as well. Sometimes that's insane. That is just an insane round. GG Smiths. Pretty good with that CZ from fairly medium distance as well. Look at this. The dink straight away, then the follow-up bullet. And again, a lovely snap on to Exist as well. AWP flicks with a CZ. 3 rounds, not that big a lead for NIP anymore. Question is what G2 will do on their T side. And again, we've got the CT side with a diffuse kit and a high explosive grenade. I wonder if this is just the thing now. Shox, smoke and a flash, holding a smoke house at the moment. That would be, we've seen that towards the Heaven position. I think it was Versus Pro who were rotating around the balcony. Maybe that's what's suggested by the smoke from Shox. Where will the T's go though?
Body's chasing all the way to CT spawn maybe to finally come to Forest. He will be successful. Big chase, big results, and big position. Dropping, oh my god, Get Right slaying into them. 2 quick headshots from him, and everything has changed. Body is doing great work still, though. 3 frags for him. 4 frags for Body now. He's looking to go for the ace. Get right, try to do a similar feat as he finally silences the very loud Body in this round. There's the last engagement against RPK. Great tags from Get Right, so spot on. Neither player connecting with the head, but Get Right finally will for the 4th kill, the quad kill. What you can do, Body, Get Right can do better, seemingly, as he picks up the round with a 4K and the defuse. A lovely work there from the captain, the team captain of the Ninjas. So it's just popping out. There's number 1. This was huge. These frags coming in from Get Right. Oh, wow. Beautiful frags.
That was a monster round from Get Right, from GTR. The NIP GTR sounds like a car. NIP taking the utility route. Get Right's going to be the spray master with the M4. Rest of the team got grenades for days. They'll use their utility to disable G2 as best they can. Double peaks coming out from the T's outside. Freddy B doesn't want any part of that. He gets quite tagged from that as well. Shoxy waiting for his team to put in work elsewhere. He's around the squeaky door. We'll see what kind of timing he has. 3 Galils here for G2. And the odd flashbang. No water smokes though, but they've still got reasonable control outside until Forest surely peeks and sees some players there. But again, I mean, NIP, they have to respect their opponent. They've got to be really careful about how they approach Forest now. Stuck from 2 sides, but one of those sides will disappear. Smith's getting taken down around Warehouse now. So perhaps NIP have this round under control. Scream on the roof. Freddy can spot for his teammate, and get shot, and everything's suddenly falling apart. Falling apart really badly.
Falling to pieces. So now Body with that slower bomb site control, he allows his teammate to get in there as well. Doesn't really want to break the vent. What he did do though is I think he closed the shutters on the vents, which is can be important, can be a tell later if the CTs have to open those or try to open those. But now they've been spotted, he just decides to go in there. And it's a good position, or I thought that it was. First bullet landed by Forest. Oh my god. Forest with very good first bullet accuracy on the UMP. Shut down the round, made an otherwise difficult round look like an easy affair. I guess that's what the likes of Forest can do. But that's going to be 11-6. And a nice save here for NIP, because things could have got pretty bad there. And their money has not been allowed to grow too much. G2 still have some fight left in them in a round like this, but a half buy is the best we can expect out of them. Ooh, actually, that, as I say that, they are going for the Force. The 4 forces coming in. We see the rifles, we see the grenades, the HEs, no, what am I saying? The flashbangs, a single smoke. I say grenades, there's 3 grenades, there's 2 flashes and a smoke. So I shouldn't be so excited about that. Freddy B has reason to be excited though. His AK resounding in the yard is going to be picking up 1 frag, and now the push is known. And it's also gone basically.
There's still an AK onto RPK though, but he's got no helmet, so this UMP won't need a headshot, in fact. Shox would love an AK. He's got no armor whatsoever. He's naked. He's naked in the sun, and he's about to get burned. He'll be left there.
Like you in the Bahamas.
Yes. I remember the pain now. I remember the pain. So 12-6 was a score too great for G2. Unfortunately, their will was ignored by NIP. And now this is a very strong spot for NIP to close out this map of Nuke.
Yeah.
The pick of NIP.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I mean, this is the kind of start where it does feel like they're just going to take dominating control. Here comes G2 with the push, and it is just a slaughter. An absolute slaughter there. Exist doing his rendition of the Red Wedding. And that's going to be a very bad look for G2. Obviously, they didn't expect to get anything done in the rounds. It was an eco. But now it's time. They've got the AKs out. They've got the full nades this time. Still a UMP onto Forest. And again, this is a map where you can do a lot with these guns. But just because there's so many nooks and crannies, there's so many close range engagements, it allows you to be more flexible. Also, not only that, the rotation potential for this map against all the others is so good. You can get between both bomb sites so quickly because they're both on top of each other. It's something that you don't really have on any other map, quite like Nuke. And it allows the CTs additional options they otherwise would not have. And in goes the push, just all the way through the smoke here. There's a flank coming from outside as well. And Pit, can he get there in time? That's the big question. We've got 2 quick kills from Body as we see G2 making their way onto that plant for the A bomb site, but it is a bit labored now as the bomb is lost and Pitt's holding the back. Oh, he's going to get shot though. What's that through the smoke? Shocks causing problems. We have Get Right there in the vent. Scream going to check for this. He might be checking for this at some point. Get Right, you've got to be careful. Oh my God, Scream didn't see him. Scream did not see Get Right. Here he comes out of the vent, snaps down Scream, and now it's Shocks against Get Right. He's got 40 seconds to play with. He has to collect the bomb, so it's all about the mind games. 2 titans of the game, Shocks and Get Right, battling it out here on a mental field to see who can come out the victor. The bomb picked up, the drop down the vents. Get Right's going to realize that. You'll hear the vents be broken as well, and Shocks will go straight for the plant. There's no messing around. Get Right is giving him some respect, though. And here comes Get Right's through control room. Does Shocks guess correctly? Does Get Right guess correctly? Get Right looking for the information. Oh, the guesses, the guessing game. Get Right has won. Get Right would be a master of Cluedo, James.
Perhaps he would. Wasn't it normally like in the study with the, I don't know.
Mr. Mustard in the study with
Colonel Mustard.
Colonel Mustard. He's got the, he loves the pipe, James. He loves the.
It's crazy the timing, not only of Scream jumping past, but just as Get Right came up the vent, Shocks had just gone past the angle of the vent, so they missed each other entirely, and that puts NIP within 2 rounds of a strong nuke performance despite the absence of Senor Freiberg. The squeaky door is in tatters. Oh, Smiths has been a recipient of considerable bullets from an auto sniper, as is RPK, and there is the bomb falling towards Forest. Problems for G2.
Get Right outside to cause havoc as well. Additional havoc to the remaining 2. Scream and Shocks. The dynamic duo. But Forest puts an end to Scream. Silences him with a quick burst of his Scar 20. And now it falls upon Shocks, and 1 versus 3 for him. Bomb outside. Finds exist. There's 2 more to go. 1 minute to play with. This could get bad though. Oh, Forest is crab walking with the auto sniper into the angle, of course. 15-6, and NIP are very close to crushing G2.
Very close indeed. What will G2 have to offer in what could be the last round? Body, wondering if I wonder if he will go Tech 9 and get some grenades for his side. Galil is a must because he had 3,600 as opposed to 37. He needs his helmet. So 2 flashes and 2 smoke grenades for G2. I think somebody should have picked up a Tech 9 here, to be honest, to get some more grenades to, I don't know, get him into ramp, for example, or wherever they would desire to go. So far, so good. Get Right getting picked off. Whereas Pick gone, he's disappeared as well. Smith's got to charge through. Oh, we're down to the 3 versus. Okay, never mind that. Exists. What can he do? The bomb. Oh, look where the bomb is. He's got time for the 1 versus 1. He needs to keep his eye in the right place, though. Scream is on the outside. Body's coming up the ladder. Oh, that is awkward. 27 HP, and he will be hunted and eliminated. So there's opportunity for G2. How much money, though, is there on NIP? They've got enough to go for a buy, apart from Freddy B's on 1,900. Actually, exists on 35 as well, but NIP, they don't want the money to build on G2. They are dangerous people. And NIP will go for the Force, which includes an auto sniper and no armor on to Get Right. That is disgusting.
That's an amusing choice. I can't help but feel like it will just work out for him though. And you can see he's hoping they go for the wall of smokes so he can just pump the smokes for the lead. But there's no smokes because obviously he has no Kevlar. He doesn't want to be visible, and somehow a knife comes out from Body onto Pit. Okay, apparently that's a thing. Freddy B in a position to deal a lot of damage. Oh no, if he gets Scream there, that's probably a 2K. But Scream is quick. He's got very good, very fast one-shot accuracy, and you get very limited amount of time to kill him or catch him unawares.
Body actually wrote karma, bruh. He's not even dead. He's doing that mid-round. I think it was Forest who knifed someone on Cash in a previous map. So now G2 have exacted their revenge. But ultimately, they may lose the map. because NIP have many match points. They may lose one here, but there are 7 more coming their way. Which means at some point, G2 are going to be up against maximum loss bonus, maximum buys. Not soon, though. $2,000 on most of these players.
I would expect just a straight-up full save from NIP.
Oh, Body, you are so lucky. That almost failed. What if he fails that and loses the round and the match? Where's the karma then?
Don't know. I can't answer that. And I choose not to. So we have just pistols for NIP. I mean, I feel like they spend maybe a bit too much money, but I mean, again, like you said, they only need 1 round, so they just need as many buys as possible. That's the full Baron is their best chance to win a round, so get as many of those as you can. Economic pressure onto G2 at this point doesn't make a difference. So, not really a fan of the CZs, but whatever, it's okay. I mean, Exist picks up a kill with 1. Please tell me that's where it ends. G2 will get the very exposed plant as they are fast into that lower bomb site. They don't have any control of the surrounding areas for now. They're going to start working on that, though. See Scream finds himself a nice hidey hole. And this is getting weird now. Exist picks up a kill with the AK, get the trades coming in. Damage being done, but overall, this should be still fine.
Get right is the only one remaining. So we'll see if we can just maim the economy of G2, which is also important considering how many rounds they have. So to keep losing loads of players, and that might prove unfavorable. I don't think Get Right can save this weapon. Or can he? Let's see. Okay, he's good. He is good. Ninth round on the board for G2. The comeback continues. Shocks of 8k. What's he going to buy? AWP coming out for Shocks. Exist and Forest have not bought just yet. Is there open on the floor? So you can see Exist, he's chosen. I mean, it is interesting, actually, the money that was spent by NIP. Exist has picked up a CZ and grenades. And that's it. G2 looking for the fast play. It's quite difficult. Oh, no, he's on fire! Shocks! Often people are scoped in there on fire, they don't realize it. But yeah, it's also hard to see through fire when you are scoped in. Body charging through, doesn't spot Pit though. So he hold on to things for now. And there goes Shocks after losing most of his health to the Molotov. These are not small problems for G2. RPK picked off as well. No response from G2. Not anyone touched on the NIP side. Not by a bullet, not by a feather.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the comfort of NIP here in this match, and Nuke. It's going to be such a relief to them. Still, those 2 players left is Scream and Smiths. I always wanted to say Smithers then. Just get the Simpsons in there. But it is Smiths instead. Smiths and Scream. And Smiths is in a position where he's very, very far away from Scream, interestingly. Scream's been holding the same spot for quite some time. And it almost feels like Scream at this point, as he lagged out, he's starting to move, which is good because there's only 35 seconds left. They don't have the bomb, so they have to be a bit quicker to try to get the frags happening. Scream doesn't find anyone offering themselves up. Does catch an engagement against Exist, but there's more players. And Forest wins the battle from behind, and that's a 16-9. So NIP able to... They can take something positive away from that. Obviously, Cash did not go as they wanted it to go. But Nuke, a map, I think, which has forever been a map, a Swedish special, an NIP special, they find a victory there. So that's something.
Indeed, they do. So difficult times for G2. Haven't had a good run with these catch-up matches they have been playing. We will talk more about this on the desk after the break.